Okay, so for the continuation of our class, which is C programming, Karon we will now be proceeding to the C flow control. So these programming statements or mga pamaagi in terms of doing our code kay it's one of the most important core sa almost all programming languages because this allows us to control the flow of our program. So it gives us a way to decide whether to do things or to not do things. And we will be proceeding examples of what are these things na atong gipang storya. So here, so the first flow control is the CFLs. So CFLs is we have three types of CFLs statement. The first one is kani the if statement. So as you see, this is the syntax of the if statement. So open the if word, the if keyword, the open and close parentheses, and then your test expression. So, dire sa test expression, most likely ang mga operators nga gamiton nato dire is the logical operators should atong panggamiton sa ato ang condition sa if. So, what are these logical operators diay? So, here, uh, the logical or the relational operators. So, tara, the first operator will be the equal to. So, instead of one equal symbol, there are supposed to be two equal symbols. So, it's evaluated na whether the two numbers is equal ba or dili. So, as for this case, 5 is equals to 3 and then that is false or that's 0. Automatically, it returns as a 0 value or a false statement. And the greater than, the basic symbol greater than, less than, not equal to. So 5 is not equal to, so this is true. 5 is never equal to 3, so this is true, and it returns a value which is 1. And less than 5 is less than to 3, this is false, and it returns a value of 0. And then we have here greater than or equal to. So 5 is greater than or equal to 3, that's true. And 5 is less than or equals to 3, that's false, and it returns as a 0 value. So be familiar lang ani nga mga relational operators because this will be the operators that can be mostly used diri sa ato ang if expression statement. So how does it works? So how does the if statement work? So you see, tara, say for example, if this expression is evaluated to true, the statement inside the body of the if are executed. And if the test expression is evaluated to false or zero, the statements inside of the body is not executed. So, tara, integer test is equals to 5. If test is less than to 10, that's true, because 5 is less than to 10 and automatically the code inside the body will be executed. But in any case, test is greater than 10, which is test is 5. This is false because 5 is never greatest to 10 and then it won't execute the code inside the if. So for example, so mag-create a array of program which is that will evaluate if the age is minor or of legal. So say for example, start include the I include stdio that age and then the main method and then here is unsa man nga variable atong kinahanglan. So since we are talking here about age, so we are talking here integer. So since age is a number and we are going to evaluate if it's a legal or on a minor one. So int and then the age and then the let's prompt the user to or create a statement that would allow the user to input his or her age. Enter your age and then the input part which is the scanf. So sa scanf ayaw kalimti ang what we call the format specifier. or the percent %d, okay, since this is an integer. Percent %d, and then the ampersand, which is the locator of your address, variable of your address, and age. And then the first statement, remember the syntax: if, open close parenthesis, and open close bracket, and then your expression here. So we are talking here if you are legal, if you or you're a minor. So unsa may basihan kung legal ka, if you are above 18, you're 18 years old itself. So let's evaluate an age. If age is greater than or equals to 18, and then ato siyang i-print if na you are of legal age, you are of legal age na. So age. And then ikong irantan eh. Include, wrong spelling ang include. So remember to save and then run. So tara, enter your age. So kung enter ko 18, so you are of legal age. So that's one thing about if. If this is true, remember if the condition inside the if is true, automatically i-execute niya ang sud niya. Pero kung ang statement diri is false, ingno na to, this is greater than or equals to 18 man. So kung mo input tag below 18, so that's false automatically. So if atong input is 17, so wala i-output kay wala may false man ni siya, so dili na ni siya execute kay false man ang statement. But if na kay statement outside sa imong if, i-print gihapon na siya basta na ay outside sa if, i-print yun na siya no matter what outside. So run na nato, and then ino na to, you are 20 years old, so you're legal, so i-print gihapon to ang outside. So whether this is true or this is false. So kung true ni siya, i-execute ni siya. Pero mupadayon gihapon ang program dire. Pero kung this is false, dili na ni i-execute. So the program is mupadayon ra sa ubos. So ingana lang. And then again, if we try to run that, so run. Ino na to, you are 90 years old, so you're legal. So i-print gihapon ang outside sa if. Pero kung atong if false, which is ino na to 15, so walay output, wala ni siya gi-print, pero i-print gihapon ang sa outside. So karon is let's evaluate lang yun. Ngano day sir kung i-message na to is you are of minor age. So natay ginatawag nga the if else statement. So sa if else statement is if your condition, the if statement may have an optional else block. The syntax of if else statement is kani. If, and then your condition, and then the else value, pero si else kay, remember, wala na siya condition, and that's one most important thing that you need to remember about sa else, nga wala na siya condition. What's the job of else here is if the expression here is false, if ang expression sa atong if kay false, automatically it will jump to the default value nga imong gibutang sa else. Kay kung false ni siya, kani ang execute. Pero kung true ang if, dili na ni i-execute si else. So say for example, ato ning sumpayan. So if, and then tangan na natog else, and then wala na condition. Automatic na siya nga uh, output na lang dito. Print f, and then kung dili ka legal, and then that expected, your you are still minor. So nga na. And then kung i-run ta ni, so kung ma-enter kog 17, so ang magawas is you are still a minor. So this is false, so automatically ato siya ni check sa else. So, basta false ni siya tanan diri, automatic dambak man diri. Pero kung this is true, ari ra jud na siya kutob sad. So ano na to, you are 18. So kutob ra jud na siya sa you are of legal age. Ingana ra na ang else if. So another example. So uh, let's check whether a number uh, is positive or negative. So ino na to. So ino na to, ilisan lang tanig variable. So we're going to check if a number is positive ba or a negative. So ino na to, if number, so ato lang ni siya tangtangon, enter a number. So ino na to, if if number, so unsa man nato pagkaibaw if a number is negative, if the number is less than to 0. So if a number is less than to 0, automatically we know nga that number is a negative number. So tawag ko na to si percent %d is a negative number, and then tawag ko na to si number. So percent %d here kay gitawag ra na nato si number. So wala na ta nagamit og ang percent kay gitawag naman lang nato, wala man ta nag-input but rather output naman na dito. And else, so if dili siya negative, uh, then that's the number is percent %d is a positive number. So ano, then number. And then run. So kung ma-input ko og 10, so 10 is a positive number. So kung ma-input ko og a negative 2, so negative 2 is a negative number. Karon, higa na siya. But how about 0? Is 0 a positive number? No, 0 is not a positive number. Is 0 a negative number? No, 0 is not also a negative number. So, sa man na nato siya. So, naatay ginatawag na sad nga lain nga flow control sa if statement, which is what we call the if-else ladder. So, si if-else ladder kay it would allow you to have test expression as much as you can. So, remember, this is also one thing that you also need to remember is ang else dili jud ni siya mugana kung walay if. Pero si if mugana ra bisag walay else. So kinsa din ni si else if ladder. So ang syntax niya kay if and then the statement and then the else space if and then same open close parenthesis open close bracket and then if naa pa kay laing expression kay pun-ani mo and then sa kinalasan which is the default value. So sa else if, pwede ra ni siya without else. Ha? Kung na else if. So say for example, how about the negative 0 man to atong problema? So magbutang ta diri else if, remember ha, kung else if naana siya ay condition jud. Number is greater than 0. So kung ang number is greater than 0, obviously that number would be a positive number. So positive. And then, for your else value, automatically, kung dili positive and dili negative, so the number is, inuna na to, inputted number is 0. Ano lang. And then, if you run that, so enter tag 0, so inputted number is 0. So, kung may input ta og to 70, 70 is a positive number. And then, if mo enter ta og negative 70, or 79, oh, negative is 70, so negative 79 is a negative number. So, inga na lang, remember lang nga, unsa nahitabo ani? If number dire is false, dili ni-execute. Automatically, moambak siya sa else if. Pero kung false gihapon si else if, wala na sila laing choice but to print ang else. Pero kung si dire if kay true na, kanira i-execute. The rest will not be executed if the number here is uh, if the condition here is true. But if false dire and then here is positive, kani dili execute but rather kani ang execute and else also will not be executed. So kung asa ray true, mao ra jud nay i-execute nila ug kinsay nakauna nga maka-true. Mao na ang idea sa if-else statement. And another example, say for we would try to evaluate if the grade is passed or failed. So, ino na to, what will be the expected output? So, ino na to, enter, ang output is, ingani, enter a number. I enter the grade, enter student's grade. enter student's grade, ano na to, naka 90 siya. So, 90, excellent ang mugawas. And then, so, ano lang, excellent. So, uh, ang evaluation na to, 90 is equals to excellent. And then, 90 to 100 is equals to excellent. So, 80 to 89, that's very good. And then if 70 to 79, that's good. And then uh, 60 to 69, that's try again. So kung mo input ko diri og ino na to 95. So kung input 95, 95 kay or ano na lang 69 below ni siya. 69 below. So, try again. So, kung mo-enter ko og 95, so ang magawas is excellent. Kung mo-enter ko og 92, excellent gihapon. Pero kung mo-enter ko og 85, that's very good ra ang output. And that would be your that would be your assignment. Okay, so if you are watching this video is you need to pass your assignment ra gyud. And remember ha, kaya akong deadline ra gyud is whole semester ra gyud. Basta dili gali na mapas ang inyong mga activities, tanang activities within the whole semester is dili jud na siya nako ma-record and there's a chance nga ma-fail mo. So as much as possible is you need to submit all the things nga akong gipabuhat sa inyo ha para makapasar mo. And remember is the deadline is this whole semester, the first semester of 2020 to 2021. Sakto ba? Oh, yes. Diha. So, that's it for today and do not forget about your assignment. Sayo nara. Thank you.